In a bold move that garnered widespread praise and international attention, Malawi's President Lazarus Chakwera imposed a strict ban on all foreign travel for himself and his entire government. This unprecedented decision, announced in mid-November 2023, came as the small southern African nation grapples with a severe economic crisis. "I am imposing a freeze on all state-funded foreign travel for all its officials at all levels until the end of the fiscal year in March," Lazarus Chakwera told media outlets during the announcement. He also directed all ministers who are currently outside the country to return home. "Any travel deemed absolutely necessary by anyone during that period must be submitted to my office for my personal authorization," Chakwera said. The travel ban, which will remain in effect until the end of the fiscal year in March 2024, aims to significantly reduce government spending and free up much-needed resources for crucial areas such as healthcare, education, and infrastructure development. This move was also strategically timed, coinciding with the International Monetary Fund's (IMF) approval of a $175 million loan to Malawi, further bolstering the country's efforts towards economic recovery. Malawi, a landlocked nation nestled between Tanzania, Mozambique, and Zambia, is facing a severe economic crisis. This crisis has roots in years of stagnant growth, despite substantial international aid. The recent devaluation of the kwacha by 44% serves as a stark indicator of the country's financial struggles. The International Monetary Fund has diagnosed the problem as unsustainable debt and a confluence of shocks that have exacerbated existing imbalances. The past 3 years have been particularly turbulent, with little economic progress and growing pressure on the national budget. A recent cholera epidemic and the devastating Cyclone Freddy, which tragically claimed over 1,000 lives earlier this year, stand as stark examples of these challenges. The IMF's loan, secured through the significant currency devaluation, aims to provide much-needed financial assistance and support crucial reforms. However, Malawi's economic path remains precarious. Experts agree that overcoming the deep-seated issues of unsustainable debt and achieving long-term growth will require a concerted effort from the government, international partners, and the Malawian people themselves. That is why the president's bold move of banning foreign travel generated a wave of positive sentiment towards him and his government. Social media has been flooded with praise for his decisiveness and leadership. This surge in public approval has helped to restore faith in the government and create a sense of national unity in the face of economic challenges. Also, Chakwera was praised for his administration's dedication to transparency and accountability. By publicly announcing the travel ban and clearly outlining its rationale, plaudits felt he demonstrated a commitment to open governance and building trust with the public. President Chakwera was also lauded for his willingness to share the burden of austerity measures and for leading by example. Supporters claim that by sacrificing his opportunity to attend prestigious events like the COP28 Climate Summit, President Chakwera has sent a powerful message of shared responsibility and commitment to fiscal prudence. However, not everyone is convinced about the motive behind Chakwera's announcement of the travel ban. While it appears to be a key austerity measure aimed at saving money in the face of an economic crisis, many glaring signs suggest that the travel ban may have been inspired by far more paranoid, sinister, and selfish ulterior motives. For starters, critics argue that President Lazarus Chakwera's travel ban was instituted due to his fear of being ousted through a military coup. There is a clear wave of military coups spreading across Africa, as the continent has experienced 8 successful coups and several other unsuccessful coup attempts in the last 3 years alone. Pretty much all of these coups were partly instigated by corruption and economic mismanagement, and critics point out that Chakwera, who faces several charges of corruption and has been asked to resign by the opposition due to the economic crisis, is suspicious that there could be an ongoing coup plot against him. Consequently, critics say that by choosing to remain in the country at all times together with every member of his government, Chakwera wants to control all activities where his cabinet will assist him, so as not to be caught off guard by a coup attempt. Although this assertion may seem far-fetched, the deep division within Chakwera's administration does little to quell concerns about the possibility of a palace coup. Indeed, in January 2022, President Chakwera dissolved his entire cabinet due to charges of corruption against 3 serving ministers. The 3 cabinet ministers include Lands Minister Kezim Sukwa, who is accused of benefiting from land deals involving a UK-based Malawian businessman, Labour Minister Ken Kandodo, accused of diverting COVID-19 funds, and Energy Minister Newton Kambala, accused of meddling in the awarding of fuel import deals, and Chakwera said that he had decided to allow the 3 ministers and other public officers accused of corruption to account for their charges. Similarly, in November 2022, Malawi's Anti-Corruption Bureau arrested the country's Vice President Saulos Chilimo over corruption allegations that he accepted money and other items in exchange for awarding government contracts. These suspensions and arrests of high-ranking officials in the Chakwera administration, including the vice president himself, paint a deep picture of divisions within the administration that could lead to coups. Additionally, Chakwera's long-standing history of nepotism and political patronage further points to his fears of a possible coup, and hence his decision to institute a travel ban. Chakwera, a former evangelical preacher, heavily campaigned on promises to tackle corruption, regionalism, and nepotism, and his victory brought hope for change in landlocked Malawi, where about half of its 18 million people live below the poverty line. But so far, he has failed to live up to that promise. When the newly elected President Chakwera unveiled his cabinet, many Malawians voiced anger because they claimed it was tainted by family ties. His 31-member cabinet included 6 figures who are related to each other, although not to him. He also faced allegations of regionalism for appointing 70% of his ministers from the central region and 9 from Lilongwe, where he hails from. All this suggests that Chakwera practices nepotism to consolidate power. Practicing nepotism and cronyism by appointing friends and allies in key positions can offer a president a heightened sense of loyalty, streamlined communication, and efficient policy implementation. This approach may reduce internal conflicts and enhance overall cohesion within the administration, enabling a more unified pursuit of the president's agenda. Although it has benefited Chakwera, it has angered Malawians, so it is no surprise that the president fears it may fan the flames of a possible coup, and as such wants to be around, with every member of his already deeply divided cabinet, to have a firm grip on things. All of these factors point to the fact that President Lazarus Chakwera's decision to ban foreign travel for himself and his government has a deeper narrative of political instability and mistrust within Malawi. The economic crisis, coupled with allegations of corruption, economic mismanagement, and the failure to address nepotism, has created a volatile environment. Chakwera's move, while presented as an austerity measure to address the economic challenges, is viewed skeptically by critics who believe it serves a more paranoid and self-serving purpose. The president's fear of a potential coup, fueled by divisions within his administration and his history of nepotism, suggests that he may have more enemies than friends. The situation underscores the fragility of Malawi's political landscape, raising concerns about the possibility of a coup unless Chakwera successfully navigates the challenges and maintains control over potential rebellions within his government. So what do you think? Do you think Chakwera instituted the travel ban to simply save money and help Malawi, or to pursue his ulterior motive of consolidating his hold on power? Let us know what you think in the comments section below, and as always, do subscribe to the New Africa channel for more informative future videos.